Man. First pick blueberry.
I don't think I'm too far ahead of schedule. I set it. I think I said it 100% right. Let's see what it says. Well, 6:50 now. That's pretty close. Any additions or corrections to the agenda? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll make that motion.
Barb, is there a second? Second by Bill. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed signify by saying nay. Pass unanimously. I see there's no public here. So
Anybody online?
I don't think so.
Okay. Long time since we've had nobody here.
Next item is approval of the minutes and the treasurer's report. The approval of the minutes. October 13th and also the closed session, so I think we'll let you take a look at this closed section, maybe read through that.
Then Barb, did you want to add some stuff to the other one?
Yeah, the other minutes. I had sent to Marcy, a couple of things based on, she went ahead and put it on your copy before you down there regarding Chad Bomber. It's all underlined what I asked her to add.
Nope.
And then at the very end, under other information, my comments back regarding
She wants added in. the
what
book.
Mr. Momber had said. I wanted to make it clear so that there was no question as to
I-
what he was referencing.
I think the only people that got them are the ones that I made copies for tonight. So I
Right.
don't.
There wasn't an email.
No, I
don't-
had
because
her,
We had to change it here, so I didn't send it out, but I wanted to fix it in a minute. so that-
Did you want to read your addition?
Yeah.
I can read it.
I didn't get a copy.
Mr. Momber had addressed the board stating that the after party for the Freedom Cruise, he only had 132 people attending. He stated that he had rented tents and porta-johns based on statements made by board member Barbara Johnson, that the year before there was over 1,500 in attendance at the Freedom Cruise. In 21, Mr. Momber stated he lost a lot of money and was done holding such events as the Freedom Cruise and Town and Country Days because of these losses. And then at the end of the meeting, right, made the statement that my comment was during the September 8th, 2022 meeting, I was referencing the number of attendees at the Freedom Cruise 2021 at the pre-cruise car show and not the after party, as Mr. Momber had stated.
Okay, is there a motion to approve those minutes with Barb's addition there?
I'll make the motion.
Moved by Marcy, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Rachel, any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those, signify by saying nay. Pass unanimously, and then the minutes of the closed session, did you get enough time to read through them, or did you want any more time? Or
I make a motion to approve the minutes from the closed session.
moved by Rachel to approve the minutes from a closed session, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Rob, any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed signify by saying nay. Pass unanimously.
I'm gonna pass these back to Marcy. Closed
Yep.
session.
You got your copy, Bill?
And now it's the building department monthly report. I didn't see that myself.
Treasurer's report for
Oh.
Sarah.
Yeah, let's do the treasure report first. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Motion to approve the treasurer's report.
Moved by Rob to approve the treasurer's report. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Second by Barb. Any further discussion? All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, signify by saying nay. Pass unanimously. And now the building department, monthly report.
I did not get anything from him. He hasn't been in the office a whole lot. And I think he's been super busy with the farm right now. So
What?
he's been super busy with the farm right now, so he did not get that to me yet. I can send it out when he gives it. I can just email it. It's only for information anyway.
Because I did have a couple, just comments that you guys that. Contractors that work with, it's been very nice to work with, very cordial. Doesn't necessarily have to come out, just send me a picture.
Good. Good to hear that.
We've enjoyed working with him and with Kevin both. They've both been a very good addition, I think, to the township.
That was no plan.
One thing too, I think Steve does come in, it's kind of odd hours sometimes, it makes up for the time he's going.
He was here Saturday when they were working. He was there. There's a lot of people there Saturday. Cliff was there, Dale was there, Dave was there.
Yep. Well, we'll go ahead with business items, move over the bill.
So you must have got the trees torn down in the cemetery.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think he did pretty good on that, you know. You know, you can see all the cuts that he made because all the limbs are down. That's what it seemed like he did. Quite a few cuts, you know, and that was a huge tree cut down at Myers.
Motion to approve the bill.
Moved by Rob to approve the payment of bills, second,
Second.
second by Rachel. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed signify by saying nay.
Yeah, I get,
That's
no,
unanimous.
I'm sorry. I got 2 copies of the ones for the township and I didn't get the historical
Oh,
commission ones. Does
yeah.
anybody have 2 historical commission ones and they want to trade?
here, you can have one of mine.
Thank you.
Okay, next item is procedures for anyone disrupting a township meeting or a township office. And Cliff rolled up this memorandum. Looked fine to me, and I did also include the township board rules. But I think this would be probably better to get it in an ordinance, you know. I think the township rule is pretty good too, but I think the ordinance has a little more weight to it. That's just my opinion.
I didn't see any problem with it.
I think it should keep Rachel in order at our meetings.
She's such a
All
wild.
right, I'll try.
Yeah.
Looks good to me.
I think it's good to put in the ordinance too.
Yeah.
There a motion to that effect?
Obviously, he fills in the sections at the end, 8 and 9.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Is there any violation or fine other than being removed from the meeting?
I'm not sure legally you can find them for
I'm
that.
not sure you can
You're not.
find them, but you can remove them. I would
Yeah.
say.
I'd
I don't think legally you can find them.
I'd just be happy to get rid of them.
Yeah, I just don't want them to keep coming back.
Well, unfortunately, it's considered a public, I don't think
Yep.
you can, unless they would do something to physically harm or threaten.
Then
PPO.
Yep.
Yeah.
There a motion to approve,
Do we have to have Cliff write it up as an official ordinance, or is this in the proper form already?
I have a quote of
well,
ordinance.
that I
It's not
don't know for sure,
provision.
but Seems like we would just approve it this way it is.
So the Sparta Township may want to consider adopting the following or similar ordinance provisions as part of the township code.
And I think
Yeah,
he
I
would,
would say this has got to be included as part of our code.
yeah, okay, but probably Cliff would write it up formally as a resolution. I'll make a motion to have the attorney prepare these ordinance provisions for us to adopt into our code.
Then move by Rachel to prepare, have put room, prepare an ordinance, and then these provisions put into our code. Is that correct?
Yep.
Third, second,
Okay,
second by Marcy. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed signify by saying nay. Pass unanimously.
What about the other memorandum he included? That just for information?
that's just for information
Okay.
because we're, yeah,
Right.
That's-
All I
if
wanted
you,
to know.
if you read it, we didn't need to do anything.
I gathered that, but I thought, well, okay.
Rogue River Watershed Partners request. We just got that email, I think, I just saw that. Bring it to your attention if you want to do it. It's probably limited. Anyway.
Donations. Certainly support them if they have information they want to put in their office for people. Could send out in their email blast or something.
Who actually runs? I mean, I see it's a 501c, but there's got to be people.
The letters from William Otten, don't know who that is. I think the village may work with them more because the village has Nash Creek and has their sewer emptying to the river.
It looks like this is. And I mean, they've
Spencer and
got
Rockford.
care of Spencer. On Archer Street in Rockford, so. Like you said, I mean. You can. Support them, but not financially.
Right.
So. Does he know that?
I can tell them.
I was gonna say, send him a letter and just say. We'll have it available, but we can't make any donation.
We support what they do. Help where we can.
Yeah. We should support them, do what we can. Also, email back. Next item is the gas stipend for office cleaners. Gary Gas, Kathy Sutcher.
She left the bill on my desk and just wrote a note on the bottom, maybe a $5 raise or something to help with gas, but I don't think she's. I know since I've been clerk, she has not had a raise, and that's been almost 7 years, so.
What do we pay her
$100 a week.
for cleaning the offices?
She does
So I
once a
didn't know
week.
if we could bump it up to like 120 or something, or.
That's, you're getting it cheap at 100, because I used to clean an office and I got a whole lot more than that.
125 or something on that order, I don't know.
Did you-
$5 seems, I know they live in Truthant, so that's a little bit of a way to come all the way over here to clean.
Yeah, really, it's the older,
Yeah. They've
They
done
do,
it
right?
forever.
She does a really good job.
I guess I'm not against giving them a raise, but I am against gas stipends.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so I would say give them a
To
raise
me,
of
that
$25.
fluctuates up and down and just creates a battle. something
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
Everybody to ask for gas stipends.
I just
Yeah.
figured if we give them a raise and not do that, that
I'm not
was,
against that.
yeah.
I make a motion that we give them a $25 a week raise.
second that.
No, I just want to question the motion for discussion here. Was that, I thought, oh, they get paid, is it weekly or?
They get paid.
They get
weekly.
paid monthly, so some months it's 400, there's 4 weeks, and some months it's 500
But now you wanted to go $25
A week.
a week.
Yeah,
So they get an extra 100 a month.
Oh. It's been moved by Barb to give them a raise for cleaning people. Gary and Kathy, so if an extra $25 per week. And it's been seconded by Rachel.
Yep.
Does that sound right?
Starting next month.
Starting
Starting November.
Yeah.
Or it is November.
It is
Starting
November.
December 1st.
You need
Yeah.
this month or
Well, I
December?
already wrote the check for this month.
Okay,
so-
December.
No, I already wrote the check for October, so starting for the month of November.
November,
Yeah.
then, yes.
Which we will pay the first part of December.
Right.
Okay. Yes.
Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed signify by saying nay. Passed unanimously. Other informational, of course, tomorrow is Veterans Day. And if you get a chance, this Saturday, November 12th, at Sparta Civic Center, the Sparta Historical Commission's got a program on the veterans. It's from 2 to 4 in the afternoon, and Dan Salas is going to have, I think, quite a few videos. And then another thing at the library, there's a display for veterans in the conference room, as well as throughout the library. Times are this Friday 9 to 5, Saturday 9 to 1, and Monday 9 to 6. Get a chance.
Is that something we should put in our township newsletter that we send out?
Should, but it's kind of late.
I understand
Yeah.
it's late now because I,
Is it this week? or-
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
This- this
Veterans Day is
weekend.
tomorrow.
Yeah,
Well,
Veterans
technically.
Day's tomorrow. Yeah.
because I think Doug Pinckney just put on a presentation at the library or the historical last week or early this week.
I think this is the one he thought they were setting up for it.
No, I think
earlier.
they just had one because I talked to a person that said he went to it.
Well, it started already this week.
Okay,
That's
it
right,
was-
third today it is.
Yeah, it started, I think. it was
well, he didn't go
Tuesday
today, I
and
know, because I
Wednesday.
played golf with the guy.
Because the library's closed on Thursdays, so it wasn't open today.
Yeah.
They're there when the library's open.
So
I think it'd just be something nice that we, as long as we're putting out our newsletter
Mhm.
in email form, it'd be nice to include it in there, more information. You might get more people to attend that way.
Mhm.
Mhm. Yeah,
If we can get a hold of Betsy to come in, Betsy's the one that usually does that.
you want a copy? I'll take it. Yeah.
I think we've got a flyer for it upstairs. We've had one on our counter.
Yeah, I had seen them flyers. around.
You can see if Betsy will have a chance to come in tomorrow just to send the email.
Is there any,
Could you
any,
just attach the flyer?
I recall when the historical commission was in months past this summer, you know, they were complaining about the building and the dampness and that building over there and whatnot. That building that used to be a realtor's building on the other side of the park, over by the bowling alley, that's for sale.
Oh, yeah.
Is that in a decent condition? Would that be a building that we would consider maybe purchasing and letting them turn that into? You know, they're complaining they don't have enough room for all
Yeah.
the stuff they've got. And every time I drive by it, I think, you know, if we could make that into a little museum, it'd be access to the park. People might actually utilize it versus
Good idea.
the other. And I didn't know if anybody had any other thoughts about it, but every time I go by it, I think, you know, that would be, it's got parking.
I don't think it's in a real good shape and it's where the gas station used to be.
Yeah.
There's environmental concerns is what I've heard why it has trouble selling because there's gas tanks underground.
I think
But if we were just gonna use the same building.
the person that did
might
buy
not
it
hurt.
had intention to make an office out of it. But they gave him, the village gave him such a problem of remodeling, he said, I'd be better off tearing it down.
Hmm.
And the village said, well, I'll buy it from you. For a discounted price, he says, you're out of your mind, you could have bought it before, no,
No.
I'll keep it.
Okay,
So apparently the village wants it.
interesting.
For part of Rogers Park.
You know, to me, it makes a lot of.
Because they own
It
it
does.
on either side.
But if
Yeah,
they
it
wanted
does.
it, they could have bought it originally.
When it was
Yeah.
for sale.
But now the person who wanted to develop it, and put offices in it, he said, I'd tear it down, I'd pour.
I
Could
didn't,
afford to build it.
I didn't know what they're asking for it and I didn't know what kind of condition it was in.
He's asking what he paid for it. Oh, I knew doing that.
And do we
Yeah,
know how much
know.
that is?
No.
No.
It
Yeah.
must be on
It was just a thought, you know,
Yeah, I
they're
could-
always saying that the basement in the building they're in is so bad.
He
That-
bought the building behind McDonald's,
In the strip mall.
the big
Mhm.
strip mall.
I can bring that up at their next.
It's just a thought.
What would you call it? Dan Wildy?
It was
Yeah.
Dan Wildy's real
That's
estate building, yes.
Call it the Osceola gas station, because you're talking to the historical commission.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
I see. I remember.
Oh, really?
Years ago, I remember that being a gas
I don't think
station.
you're gonna have problems with the environmental unless you start digging it up.
Yeah, maybe not. Well, we have to question, do we want to take on another building to have to maintain?
Yeah.
Right.
take care
Well,
of?
You
If
get rid
they-
of the other one.
my just thought is
If they're gonna move.
sell the other one to the village and move over to that
Ah.
one.
I see.
The village
Because
would like to get that one too.
I'm sure they would. I know the Civic Center would love that to tear it down
Yeah.
and make more parking.
Yeah.
Well, if we got the other
This is a
building,
Bigger
if,
building. Yeah.
if it's bigger, if it's drier,
Uh-huh.
you know, I'm imagining that one does not have a basement.
Yeah, I know.
So it was just a thought. Every time I've gone by there, it's
Yeah.
popped into my head about, you know, maybe that would make a better historic society building. So.
At least they'd have room to put some of their stuff.
mhm. Might be an option. Throwing it out there.
Just a park update. We had our meeting last week. Wayland, oh, we have a parking issue there. Bob Wayland, we were meeting with someone from Eagle at 11 o'clock on Monday.
Monday, I look-
To possibly expand the parking lot to the east. In what was somewhat wetlands. So,
Pretty dry now.
so. It's gaining some traction. And then if we can do that, then there's some grants available. Right, Rachel?
Yeah.
For exactly that.
part of the state's ARPA money, they're doing they call a Sparta grant, and it's for recreation and outdoor facilities. It sounds like we would fit perfectly, and Sue Blackhall's working on getting some information together. Help us apply for it.
So if they can do that, that would certainly, that would be great. So,
They know to. They have put the parking lot in out at the Myers School house.
have they fixed outside of that then?
It looks like they've started to, but I've got a feeling the weather turned on, so they're probably not gonna get that painted
Oh.
anymore
I
this
got it.
year.
I got a bill for painting. For painting. So.
Really?
Boy, it'd be a nice day
Well,
today
that
to
was
do it.
just for the next report.
I know they painted the one corner, but they didn't paint the whole building.
So,
It would have been a
That was
perfect
paint.
day for them to have gotten that painted today.
$9,000 for paint.
Yeah. That's just $9,000 to paint extra board.
No, it was 900.
That's not what that.
Oh, that's true.
Bill
removal,
said.
excuse me.
Oh,
Yeah, that was. I think it was actually 850.
Antor's got 9,000. That was for the parking lot.
Yeah,
So something like that.
there was. There's a date.
David Cole decorate, 850.
850.
yeah, that was probably just the board, the raw boards that got put up and they wanted to get a coat on them.
Yeah. that was
Before
to
winter.
Get it through
Okay.
winter and then Gary's going to be working on the rest of the things, but it won't be, I don't hope, we suppose they have to recoat the painting. I don't know whether they'll stand by their original quote.
I would hope so.
Probably they won't. Because that.
Could have been painting it today.
Cause that well, they don't have the wood ready for painting for.
They
Wood was so
Yeah,
much
they have to
more.
replace them.
and there was so much-
There was a lot of wood that has been replaced, but I didn't, maybe they haven't gotten it all done.
And then people. I know you have.
Yeah.
But I did bring to their attention at the last historical meeting, how much we have put into the building. Cause it's like 40 grand, if not more.
Mhm.
I just wanted to make sure that they realize that.
Yeah,
They.
Well, our focus, right?
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
no,
no, it's out of our budget.
Well, we'll learn.
we did not approve any ARPA money for it.
Other,
Because we had the township funds. Is that taking care of that museum is something we normally do.
yep,
Could put it towards ARPA. If we don't find something else for all of our ARPA money, we could. This would qualify.
But it does need to be better taken care of. I mean, yes, it's our responsibility to fix it, but they need to be bringing it to our attention if something needs to be done and not just
Yeah.
let it go.
And
Like it
hopefully
has been.
they'll get more events going.
Yeah.
So they seem to be more interested. Just wanted to make sure that we help them a lot.
Yeah.
But
Well, there's no public comment, so I was
Other than
going for
ours.
some sort of record tonight. Bill's good fellow.
It's not even 7:30.
But his, he has the record.
Ken said somebody's on. Does she want to say anything?
Yeah, she already answered, but she could come into the office.
Okay.
She said she needed the word.
Oh, yeah. What's up?
Yeah, we should get them installed by the middle of next week for sure.
the rest,
Next meeting.
rest of the equipment.
Yeah, and next meeting will be on this, so thanks a lot, Ken.
I don't think she does.
That's
Okay.
over 6 months ahead of schedule because they had said next year, next August.
Wow.
Originally, when we ordered it, they said they didn't think we would see it till next year, possibly next August.
I thought it was gonna be in September, October.
Yeah, that's like it.
Right? It just-
I was certain they said it would be a year out. That's why we paid for it, because we wanted to get that price, because they thought it very well could be 2023 before we took possession.
Yeah,
I don't think we paid for
We
it
haven't
yet.
paid for it.
We haven't paid
No.
for it.
But we
It does
ordered
cost the
it.
money,
thanks,
yeah.
God.
we signed the contract. And that was why we did it, because they said there is a good chance we wouldn't see it till 2023. So,
Well, what I was going for is the record, and I thought about 20 after, I was gonna.
You were really coming in there.
Club,
That's close.
I'm sorry.
7:30. To adjourn.
Move by Rachel. is there a
Second.
Second by Barb. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Both signify by saying nay. Passed unanimously, we're adjourned.